The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Total Audience Market Immersion on behalf of Truly Force Free.
Welcome back to Bloom. Dog training is full of differing opinions and myths, but how do you know what's best for your dog? Joining us now is certified professional dog trainer, registered veterinary technician, and wellness coach Shannon Riley-Coyner to share secrets to having a well-behaved dog. Welcome to Bloom, Shannon.
Hi, it's great to be here.
First of all, I have to tell you, I am thoroughly enjoying the evolution of dog training. It's an excellent book. How did your experience lead you to create your book entitled The Evolution of Dog Training?
Well, when I first started dog training when I was a teenager, it was all choke chains, punishment based. And as I went through college and started learning more, I started to see that some people didn't change. And so they were still using old habits and old types of training, but there was so much more that we knew from science. So I started finding that my clients that were trained dogs when they were younger, all came to me with choke chains and pinch collars. And I started to explain to them that we didn't need that anymore. And through my experience, I would explain to them, well, this is what we know now about positive reinforcement and really motivation. And I got to the point where I felt like I was saying the same thing over and over and over to these people. So I decided to write the book so people could see how dog training has evolved over the last 100 years. And you wouldn't go to a doctor who still used leeches as a treatment. So why go to a trainer who still uses the way we trained 100 years ago? So I wanted people to see how dog training really has changed, and it really benefits our dogs when we know better.
Yeah, I love the way the book starts, even with your own family dog, Spike, and then how you evolved into where you are today. And it's really interesting because you created something called Truly Force-Free Animal Training. What exactly is that?
That is a website that I decided to create because I would go to dog conferences, or as a veterinary technician, I would go to vet conferences and I would have people saying, well, there's no positive trainers in my area. How do I get access to this? And I started thinking, gosh, with the internet, we could do a lot, and I could make force-free positive training available to anyone, anywhere in the world, if I could create this website. So it just started as an idea to be able to help people help their dogs. And now it's just becoming more and more of a passion for me to be able to get people to know that positive force-free training is available anywhere. So you could be, anywhere you have internet access, you can get this. And you don't have to use the reason of, oh, well, there's no one in my area.
I think this is incredible. So what are a few things that you think every dog owner needs to know?
I talk to every one of my clients about having compassion and empathy with their dog. Also being patient, because every dog is different, just like every person's different. So sometimes when I'm teaching a person, they're struggling with the technique or timing. So I have patience and compassion and empathy for them and say, okay, it's okay. Let's break this down into easier steps. That teaches them that their dog may need the same thing, where they may need small baby steps, a little bit of patience, a little compassion and empathy. And if you can really build that and understand where your dog's coming from and how they're learning or what they're experiencing in the world, it makes it easier to train because you're not making assumptions. They're, they're aggressive. Well, actually, they're fearful. And if we can understand the fear, we don't label them as aggressive, and then we can get further.
Yeah, I love that there's a whole chapter dedicated to seeing things kind of through the lens of your dog. It's super, super sweet and informative. And I just love the entire approach of the evolution of dog training. I'm zoning in on the chapter of how I can kind of teach my old dog a few new tricks. And I certainly thank you for writing it and of course, joining us on Bloom to share more about all that you offer. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you.
And Shannon's website has many free resources and a brand new course called, as we mentioned, Truly Force-Free Good Manners. Everyone go to trulyforcefree.com/Bloom to get 50% off Shannon's Truly Force-Free Good Manners course. And we'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Total Audience Market Immersion on behalf of Truly Force Free.